Well, thank you.
Is Daddy invited to your party? Oh. Hi everyone, today we are getting ready for my son's first birthday party. I cannot believe we have a 1-year-old. This has honestly been the best year of our lives and I'm just so thankful for him. I just started off by getting all my thoughts organized. I'm making a list of the decorations that we want to do, as well as the food and desserts. You're going to see some Winnie the Pooh themed food, and I definitely use Pinterest for these ideas. We have some piglets in a blanket and some heffalump droppings, which are meatballs, and we're going to create a little garden for rabbit's veggies. Then I just organized everything I needed to buy by store, and we made a few trips. We did the dollar store, Bulk Barn, Walmart, and Staples. All right, so we are actually doing a couple different birthday parties, if you will, just kind of having different groups of people over. We have a small apartment, so we're gonna do something with my family, something with my husband's family, and then have a few little get-togethers with friends throughout the week. So I'm going to attempt to make cupcakes, and my family's kind of the test subjects. I've never made cupcakes from scratch. I don't know if I want to admit that, but I usually use the mix. We're gonna try and make them, and if they turn out well for my family this weekend, I'll make them again the following weekend for Liam's family, and then maybe for our friends throughout the week. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. I will share the recipe. It seems pretty simple. Got everything out here, and yeah, let's try and make some cupcakes, eh? Here we go. So I found this recipe for vanilla cupcakes on Pinterest, and I will say that they tasted great, if I do say so myself. But I found the recipe was really good for an amateur baker like me. So if you're interested in the recipe, I will link that down below. So we started off with adding 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt. We're just going to mix all of those ingredients together. Next, we are mixing butter and sugar. So that is 3/4 cup of butter and 1 3/4 cup of sugar. Next, I'm adding in 3 eggs. Then I'm going to add in some vanilla. The recipe calls for 3 teaspoons of vanilla, and then you can add more if you want a super vanilla taste, quote. So I think I added an extra teaspoon of vanilla, or an extra half teaspoon, and I was really happy with the way they tasted. So next, the recipe calls for you to slowly add in the flour and then alternate adding in the milk. So I believe it's 1.25 cups of milk that you're going to alternate adding in. So I added a little bit of the dry mixture and then added in some milk. Mix that together, and then you just keep going until you're all done mixing it all together. So I just ended up switching it to the bigger bowl to give myself a little bit more room. And then I broke the wooden spoon right about now, I believe. So I think this recipe makes about 24 cupcakes, but I think I added a little bit extra in each cupcake, so I ended up with about 20 cupcakes. So for the icing, I actually bought a Wilton icing mix, and you add butter and milk or water to it, and I thought it tasted really good. It tasted a lot more homemade than just buying like a jar or of icing, and I thought it looked really good. We added some yellow to kind of go with the Winnie the Pooh themed, and then we put a few little bumblebees on a couple. They're not perfect, but I think they turned out really cute. All right, next we tried to make some little Pooh Bear faces. So these are Oreo cookies that are dipped in yellow chocolate. We just melted down the yellow chocolate wafers and then dipped the Oreos in it. We did find that it turned out better when we kind of pasted the chocolate on after waiting a little bit for the chocolate to solidify. But pasting it on with a spatula, I think worked a little bit better. Then we made some little yellow ears that we stuck in the fridge overnight and then stuck them on the little faces the next day. I just used some gel or some black gel writing icing to draw out a little face on Winnie the Pooh. Again, not perfect, but I think that they turned out really cute. And honestly, whatever you can do for your kids' birthday parties are going to be awesome. Of course, my son's not going to remember this birthday, but I just had a lot of fun trying to do little homemade touches here and there. Again, not perfect, but a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be a great memory to look back on. So we are going to move on to some decorations, and you can probably guess which Winnie the Pooh character this is. This is Eeyore, and I'm using him as a game for Pin the Tail on Eeyore. It also just makes a really cute decoration. But I actually got this for free online, and I will link it below if anyone is interested. And then I just had it printed at our Staples nearby. We put it on cardstock so it would be a little bit sturdier instead of regular paper, and then the tails would be a little bit sturdier too for when people are using them. I just thought these were so cute. So I cut them out, and I had enough to play at our family birthdays as well as with our friends.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
So I just put Eeyore up on this wall. I really like how he turned out. Then I took his tails and hung them up on this mirror so they're ready to go for the game. And just above that, I cut out a happy first B-Day sign. Get it? B-Day? Like Winnie the Pooh? I know, hilarious. We also printed a little Pooh Bear and Tigger to add to our little character area. I love decorating with pictures, and we just picked out some of our favorites from this year and hung them up on some string. And those little clothespins are Christmassy themed from the dollar store. I love this quote here from Winnie the Pooh. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in our hearts. I think this is a beautiful reminder that, you know, when our kids are this little, there's definitely difficult days and lots of learning as we go. But I just want to be so thankful for these moments because this little boy has truly changed our lives. He has added so much joy, and we're just so thankful for this year that we've had with him. We took monthly photos. I know a lot of people like to do that now, so I thought I would use them to make a little display.
Say hello to all your fans.
Hi.
Hi, 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 hi. You're very silly.
So I also printed the photos at Staples. I think they were like 6 cents a piece. I think that is a holiday sale, but you can usually get them for very inexpensive. And I just think it makes a really nice decoration piece. Just hung up each month here, and it was really fun to see him changing over the year.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my...
I'm so excited for this next piece of decoration, the balloon arch. I actually bought this little electric pump on Facebook Marketplace for $15. So I was really excited about that find. And I got this set of balloons on Amazon. So I will link that down below if you're interested in something like this. I thought it was a lot of fun and I loved the confetti balloon. I may have popped a couple of them, but my sister was gracious enough to do it with me and we had a lot of fun. She helped a lot with the party and it was really fun to have her hang out with us for a few days. And it's just always fun to put on something like this with a friend.
We get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know.
So this kit comes with everything you need to do the balloon arch. This is the tape that you just slide the balloon into. So you're going to slide it into the larger hole. And once the tied through piece is all the way through, you're going to slide it up into the smaller one and that holds it in place. I just alternated going back and forth with colors. Again, it was super helpful to have someone passing me balloons. Thank you, Rachel. And we just went back and forth and tried to spread out the confetti balloons. And I just really love how this turned out. I think it adds a lot to a party. It was very inexpensive. I want to say it was $20, $30 for the kit. And then I paid for the pump, which of course I'll now be able to use for other balloon arches. So we ended up just taking some twine, or you could take some string, and we tied it to our ceiling panels. It worked really well and I found this to be really secure and we didn't have to mess around with tape. I think you can attach this with tape, but if you can tie something to the balloon arch tape itself, I think it's going to be the most secure. I just really love how this turned out. The yellow background is a tablecloth from the dollar store, and I also grabbed another one for the actual table itself. Just starting to set up. And these are going to be our Tigger tails. And then I grabbed some pretzel sticks to be our Eeyore house sticks. So I was able to get these chips at the dollar store, which was great. We also grabbed some plastic cups at the dollar store, which are clear. We use them for drinks, but we also use them to create our little rabbit's garden section. We cut up carrots, celery, and cucumber. Just made sure that they're a little bit taller than the cup, and we put in a few sticks of each vegetable. Then at the bottom you can add your favorite dip, like your favorite ranch or Caesar dressing, and then everyone has their little cup of veggies and everything's all together.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon.
So here's our little food table. We've got the meatballs, which are the Heffalump droppings, the Tigger tail, Cheetos. Then we have a little rabbit's garden section where you could put fruit and veggies. You can see our little veggie cups over there. We've got Eeyore's house, as well as piglets in a blanket. If you have any kind of book that's on theme, we threw our little Winnie the Pooh book on the table and we put them in other places of the house as well. Thought that looked really cute. If you can spot the little peg dolls that my best friend gave us, we put those on the table as well. Here's our little drink station, again with those clear cups, and I love this double drink dispenser.
Yay!
We are very excited for my mom to one day teach Theodore piano lessons. So she got him this little toy. It's got the xylophone on top and then the little piano keys at the bottom. And he is already having so much fun with it.
Try with that.
Rock and roll, buddy. Good. Our very kind family friend printed a photo of Theo and then quilted an ornament for him. I just think it's so cute, and she wants to do one every year, so he'll get one as he grows each year. I'm very excited about this adorable sled from Grandma as well. I think Theo's gonna have so much fun in it. Perfect for a little boy born in the winter. And then again, our friend quilted this book. This is his Christmas photo on the front. I just love it. And she wrote this for us to be able to write him a note every single year. My husband and I were just talking about writing Theo letters every year. So now we can actually do it in this book and also have our friends and family write in it as well. That'll be so fun to give him when he turns 18. I forgot to get a recording of the decorations, but we got this little happy birthday sign from the dollar store and a 1 birthday candle. And I actually picked up this cake from Walmart. It's just a $5 cake that's made ready to just grab, and I think it makes a perfect smash cake. He was just so funny. For the first little while, he was just sticking his finger and making holes in the cake and enjoying the icing. It was really cute. But things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We love you so much, little guy. We are just so thankful that God gave us to you, and this has just been the best year that we've ever had. We are so excited to keep growing with you.